Tonight, a new proposal is raising concerns for residents in a Duluth neighborhood, but it's a double-edged sword as the city continues struggling with housing. Plus, experts are speaking up as the dry conditions start impacting our waterways. And later in the show, the founder of Amazon is about to blast off on a first-of-its-kind space flight.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Welcome to the CBS3 News at 10. We are taking a live look at City Hall. Tonight, councilors met to discuss and vote on two hot-button issues. Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. A new housing development is being proposed for Duluth's Woodland neighborhood. While we are in the midst of a housing crisis, not everyone is happy about the plan. The issue went before Duluth City Council tonight, as it would require a rezoning to become reality. CBS3's Kendall Jarbo heard from concerned neighbors and city leaders who say the development is needed.
Vassar Street is a short, narrow road filled with memories in a close community.
We have families who have lived here for 3 to 4 generations. It's a small, family-friendly neighborhood, a very narrow road, lots of kids, dogs.
Behind Vassar Street, more than a dozen acres of undeveloped land. The property's owner wants to rezone it to build more housing, leaving neighbors worried.
Our concern is that a dense development on this plot of land is going to negatively impact Amity Creek and the watershed, which is directly behind us here.
The proposal would rezone 16 acres on this portion of Vassar Street from rural residential to residential traditional, which means instead of 3 homes being built here, there could be upwards of 30. Currently, there's no development proposal, just a rezoning request. City councilors say Duluth needs more housing, but understand the environmental concern. They made an amendment. It would keep part of the site closest to the creek rural residential.
I think it's a fair compromise, and I think it'll help put neighbors' minds at ease and show that we are committed to responsibly redeveloping this area in an environmentally responsible way.
Vassar Street residents say they're not against additional housing, but this neighborhood isn't the right place.
The benefit to our city for a couple of dozen high-end homes does not outweigh the risk to our environment that would be irreversible and irreplaceable.
Tonight, city councilors approved the zoning amendment 722. They'll vote whether to rezone the land at their next meeting. Well, the Duluth City Council also voted unanimously tonight to approve the city's plan to spend $58 million. The money comes from the American Rescue Plan. Last month, Mayor Emily Larson proposed how Duluth should spend that money. The council approved an amended version of the proposal tonight. Almost a third of the entire budget will go toward short and long-term housing. $12 million will be spent on new ventilation for Duluth City Hall. More than $2 million will go to the social worker pilot program, which is an increase from the originally proposed $1.8 million.
This is a really exciting opportunity for the city of Duluth, and we have over $58 million from the federal government that we are able to divvy up and spend. It is one-time money, so I think it should be put into one-time uses.
A detailed list of the spending plan is on our website. The city has 3 years to allocate the funds and until 2026 to spend it all. Crews fighting wildfires on both sides of the border are paying close attention to this week's forecast. On the Minnesota side, the Delta Lake fire is burning about 62 acres in the Boundary Waters. It's about 10% contained. There are 7 fires burning on the Canadian side of the Quetico Wilderness. 3 of those have the potential of spreading across the border. And today they're worried about the chance of lightning and gusty winds later this week. Well, Dave is here to give us a first check of the weather. Dave, nice to see a little bit of rain today.
At least a little bit.
Yeah.
And of course, it becomes a little problematic if your rain gauge is right under one of those cumulonimbus clouds, you get some good amounts. If your town is on the fringes, you don't get so much. So here's what we got so far today. Places like Hibbing, wow, that was a good downpour. International Falls, not bad either. Close to a ½ inch for both towns. But Grand Rapids, just a trace, maybe a 1/10 in Ely, a 1/3 of an inch in Aiken. And now we haven't seen much rain for the past several hours, but there still is a chance for the next 10 hours it could reform. And we'll try to show you that here by eyeing up at the current Doppler and satellite map, you can see there is a small cluster over by North Dakota trying to enter western Minnesota, and give it about 8 hours to move around, and maybe it'll get here by 8 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, tomorrow we're going to come up on the sunnier side, at least partly sunny here. We're in between the low pressure system, so we've got this rain chance today. It should be dry tomorrow. Another rain chance on Wednesday, and cooler for Tuesday. The weekend warm spell goes away for lakeside communities, especially as an easterly wind drops temps. What'll it do for inland communities? I'll show you the 7-day and show you what's going on in just a few more minutes.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave. Our current drought has the Northland's lakes, rivers, and streams falling to near record low levels. CBS3's Peter Kavakauskas heard from local experts about what that means for you and what the rest of summer may have in store.
The water is down to a slow trickle at Chester Creek in Duluth. It's a similar story near the St. Louis River in Scanlon. Water levels there are near record lows, coming in at just above 2 feet. The average is between 3 and 4 feet. Joe Moore of the National Weather Service blames that on a lack of rainfall dating back to last year.
In May and June, really, we did not have a lot of rainfall across the upper Midwest, and because of that, river levels, which are typically pretty much normal this time of year, have really dropped to abnormally low levels.
The lakes that the creeks and rivers feed into are low as well. According to Joy Lowry, a water monitoring supervisor with the Minnesota DNR, in the last week, nearly 65% of lake levels across the state of Minnesota were below average.
Like this past weekend, about 63% of them are recording low or below normal levels.
Right now, Lowry says the biggest impact of these low water levels is being felt by those looking to escape the summer heat.
A lot of the impacts, they're recreation type impacts, homeowners having to extend docks, folks having a difficult time launching boats. Maybe that water level is below, the nice gravel or the cement that has been placed. And so it's muckier and people might get their trailers stuck, those sorts of things.
As for what the future holds, Moore says drought and lower water levels look to stick around through the rest of the summer.
Looking further out, as we go through the rest of the summer, it does look like this dry pattern continues. And when we get into the fall, we don't see strong signals for a dry pattern, but we're not seeing any good news. We don't see any strong signals for a wet pattern.
According to the National Weather Service, nearly 99% of the state of Minnesota is experiencing moderate drought conditions. And those drought conditions are impacting construction on the Line 3 pipeline replacement project. Enbridge says last week the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources suspended water use at certain sites due to low flow. The company says it was prepared for those restrictions and they've adjusted their work plans to conserve water. The project is now 70% complete, and Enbridge says the new pipeline is safer than the old Line 3. Environmental and native groups are still protesting, concerned about its impact on the watershed. PolyMet has encountered a setback. The State Court of Appeals has ordered regulators to revisit a critical air emissions permit given to the project. The court ruled today the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency had not sufficiently justified granting the permit after opponents raised allegations that PolyMet was planning a much larger mine. Environmental groups and a Native American tribe pointed to a report that PolyMet filed with Canadian regulators that suggested PolyMet was considering expanding the mine to 4 times the size the air permit would allow. The appeals court sent the case back to the MPCA for further review. The number of new COVID-19 cases is once again spiking in the U.S. For the first time since January, all 50 states are reporting rising infection rates. Experts say the virus's spread has been supercharged by its more contagious Delta variant, especially in areas with low vaccine rates. This recent surge is threatening to undo some of the progress made against the pandemic. The American Academy of Pediatricians is now recommending masks to be worn in schools, including for vaccinated students and teachers. Amid rising cases in the United States, Canada will soon begin letting fully vaccinated Americans back into the country after being closed for 16 months. That will start August 9th. People from the rest of the world can return on September 7th. Canada's public safety minister says the date for the U.S. to allow fully vaccinated Canadians to cross the land border has not been set yet. Any Canadian can fly to the U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar called today's border announcement great news, saying it will help connect loved ones and boost hard-hit businesses on the U.S. and Canadian side. Meanwhile, Congressman Pete Stauber also sounded off on the news, tweeting, "It's a decision that's long overdue." He says he'll do everything he can to help border communities recover. Meanwhile, stocks around the world, including in the U.S., are falling amid worries of a COVID resurgence. The benchmark S&P 500 was nearly 2% lower in this morning's trade. Treasury yields sank sharply as investors scrambled to move into areas of the market seen as safer. Airlines, hotels, and other companies that face the most threats under COVID-19 restrictions had the sharpest drops. European markets were also taking bigger losses of nearly 3%. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, staying cool and keeping green is a challenge Northland golf courses are facing. How they're countering the dry spell. Next.
Well, we'll be countering our warm spell with cooler conditions tomorrow thanks to an easterly wind. Today's high temp of 82 frankly undercut my fear that we could strike 90 once again. Of course, other folks aren't afraid of 90 and like it on the warm side. Well, which way do you like it, cool or warm? I'll show you what our trends will be for the week ahead, coming up right after our break.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel, weekday mornings on CBS.
What lies inside all of us is more than data, it's life. What's flowing through America's veins is its diversity. And it's those very differences that will lead to answers for generations to come.
The U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame Museum is for everyone. Visit the Great Wall of Inductees, shoot some pucks, and hit the gift shop. Celebrating the history of American hockey through exhibits and memorabilia. The U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame Museum, a must-stop for hockey fans everywhere.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there, just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Right now, get $750 customer cash on a new 2021 Camry, CHR, RAV4, Venza, or Highlander. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Harry Podgorski, a proud member of the Board of Directors of St. Anne's Senior Residence. My mom lived at St. Anne's for 9 years. She calls St. Anne's home. We are located in the medical district with a great nursing staff, delicious home-cooked meals, and plenty of activities for you to enjoy. So, if you're looking for affordable senior living, call St. Anne's today for a tour. St. Anne's is also a great place to work. Give us a call.
Breaking news, original reporting.
How do you hope to change the world?
And the good things in life.
Live music and variety.
Where are you going to get that?
Here.
Join Jeff Glore, Dana Jacobson, and Michelle Miller on CBS This Morning, Saturday.
It took us years to find the perfect bun for Culver's Pretzel House Pub Burger.
It's got the nice pretzel flavor on the outside, but when you open it up, it's light and airy. Got a nice sweet flavor to it. It literally melts in your mouth.
This bun is perfect for a Pretzel House Pub Burger. Seared fresh beef, tangy mustard bistro sauce, pickled red onions, 2 slices of bacon, served with our signature cheddar cheese sauce.
This bun was made for this burger. This is perfect.
I think it's an awesome burger. Welcome to Delicious.
Your family traditions, culture, and stories are your legacy. So is your health history. Join the All of Us research program and share your health information. Through research, your legacy can help build a healthier future for all of us.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
As Minnesota's drought continues, outdoor businesses like golf courses are starting to feel the heat. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham spent time today at a couple of local courses, seeing the impact of our dry conditions firsthand.
It's never been tougher to keep the greens green at Nemadji in Superior.
We're using about 400,000 gallons a night, so that becomes, at the end of a dry cycle, fairly expensive.
Owner Tom Beaudry says in seasons like this, it takes a lot more water and a lot more money to keep the entire course green.
Where you will see most of the brown areas is in some of the fairways and obviously in the rough.
According to course managers, dry conditions have been a challenge for the last few years. That's why general managers like Bill Manahan of the Cloquet Country Club have learned to modify their watering techniques.
Gotten in the pattern over the last few years of skipping days, alternating days, just because you're never really sure, kind of what's ahead of you.
Those drought conditions may not be good for those tending to the course, but for the golfers, it's a different story. Beaudry says that the dry courses allow the ball to bounce a bit further, making conditions ideal for some. That helps attract more golfers and to a certain extent offset the cost of all that extra water.
So I would say the increase in play that we see kind of offsets the amount of money that we've got to purchase water for.
Leaders at both courses say a good lengthy rainfall rather than a quick thunderstorm help green things up much better.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
It got warm over the weekend, although relative humidity levels for the most part stayed down a bit, so it wasn't intolerable, but a little toasty for some of us Northlanders who are used to, snow chances 8 months out of the year. Well, temperatures today started to come down a little bit from cloud cover thickening as a low pressure system tracked by the area. So instead of getting up to 90 again today, well, we hit 82 in International Falls, only 76 in Hibbing, 82 for Hermantown, 84 in Superior and Solon Springs. One of the hot spots, Ashland at 88 and 83 from Hurley to Ironwood down to Watersmeet. Tomorrow temperatures, thanks to an easterly wind, will be more like 70 by the lake. And then farther inland in a ring from International Falls to Aiken over towards Hayward, where we're looking at about 80. So the heart of this latest warm spell has been broken, but I do think this cooler snap is only going to be with us for about 2 days before we do warm up again later on this week. Now, rain chances, well, we got one tonight, another one on Wednesday. I'll talk about those after these current conditions. At the airport in Duluth, still 70. Relative humidity up to 84% now. Westerly northwest wind, it's going 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow it becomes easterly. And that's why we get cooler by the lake, to take away the heat for a pair of days. Air pressure 30.11 inches of mercury at this moment, and of course that's on the higher side. That low pressure system that's up to our northeast isn't that powerful, so barometer readings aren't precipitously taking a big nosedive, no. Just low enough for a chance for rain. Current temps, 70 from Watersmeet to Ironwood. Northern Wisconsin, we're running 68 in Hayward to 74 in LaPointe, with a dip downwards to 66 for Solon Springs. And Superior's at 68. So is Moose Lake and Two Harbors as well. 60s for most of the ranges. We warm up towards border country, though, 72 from Ore to International Falls. And I think lows tonight will be dropping into the 50s for the most part, with tolerable humidity levels. Should be all right for sleeping. So our Doppler map right now doesn't show too much action in our area anymore. There's one low here and another one coming up from over in Montana. In between, frontal boundary stretching between the two is what stirred up the atmosphere today, where that rain that paid off for many Iron Range towns. But I still say there's at least a 30 to 40% chance overnight tonight, because if you peer over here towards the border with Minnesota and North Dakota, along that frontal boundary, there is another line starting to form up. So we give it that slight chance. It'll work across the region till about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if it doesn't, well, we got that next shot from the Montana low that'll be with us on Wednesday. That's a 50% chance. And so that rain chance could last in through early Thursday morning. And if it pays off, we're not really getting a big soaker. Another 1/10 to 2/10, maybe a 1/4 inch for a lot of towns. Some places, latest models indicate it could go a little bit thicker, like the Arrowhead of Minnesota and the Upper Peninsula. But all in all, it's not going to be flood-worthy, I don't think, but any little bit helps the way things are going. Tonight, temperature-wise, Minnesota, indeed, will drop into the 60s for a lot of places and low 60s for others. 40% rain chance there, 30% rain chance for Wisconsin, Michigan, with lows roughly near 60. Tomorrow's daytime highs, Wisconsin, Michigan, should go 68 in the UP to 78 down towards Hayward. Partly sunny sky. Minnesota gets a partly sunny sky as we're in between the lows, with highs around 69 degrees by the lake, upper 70s to 82 inland. Extended forecast. Quick look here shows 50% chance for rain, showers, and thunderstorms Wednesday. And then temperatures go back up, Kristen, 80 to 85 for the rest of the week. But, me being so used to cooler by the lake after, 30-some years here in Duluth, I like it cooler by the lake.
Yeah.
80 to 85 will be kind of warm by those standards.
I think especially by the lake it will be too. And Dave, we're going to have to get ready to mow the lawn eventually. So.
Yeah, we need a lot more rain for that. I did mow my dad's lawn at his cabin.
That's great.
That wasn't a very big lot, and he had already done most of it, but I can say I took the lawnmower down with my own bare hands and out of the truck and got the rest of the job done.
You pitched in.
Yeah.
That's what counts. Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, Blue Origin, a space tourism.
Find that time to spend on yourself. You don't have to make dramatic changes in your life overnight. Pick a couple things. You can work on making some of the other changes along the way. Everybody has their own experiences, their own perspectives, their own challenges in life. I love hearing about it. You develop that human connection.
If all of this makes you happy, then you'll be happy to know that all of this is only $1 each at Arby's from 2 to 5 every day. Hope you like happiness. Arby's, we have the meat.
Go on, get off the ladder and place it back where you found it. The days of dangerous climbs are over. Gutter Helmet provides year-round protection, preventing buildup of debris, keeping your gutters clear and free-flowing. With its heavy-duty support brackets and exclusive helmet heat ice reduction system, Gutter Helmet's been designed to withstand the harshest weather conditions. Get Gutter Helmet, America's #1 choice for gutter protection. And never clean your gutters again.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
Celebrate summer with a certified vehicle from Cary Toyota in Superior. Head for the hills in this 2017 Highlander Limited, or drive away in a certified 2018 RAV4 Hybrid. Prefer a larger SUV? Check out this certified 2021 4Runner TRD Off-Road, or choose a certified 2018 Tundra Limited for all your outdoor adventures. Inventory is constantly changing, so hurry in to Cary Toyota in Superior to lock in your 2021 summer driving fun while supplies last. You can also ask about our rental vehicles. Cary Toyota in Superior, voted best car dealer 22 times.
Pre-order your 2022 Lund boat at RJ Sport and Cycle.
It's always a good day for a car wash at Miller Mall Car Wash. But just to be safe, watch Caitlin's Car Wash Forecast. Weekday mornings on CBS3 This Morning with meteorologist Caitlin Moffett. Sponsored by Miller Mall Car Wash. Only on live, local CBS3. CBS3 Sports is brought to you by St. Luke's.
Blue Origin says all systems are go to make history tomorrow in West Texas. Company founder Jeff Bezos will blast himself off to the edge of space in his new autonomous rocket. This capsule simulator is the same one tomorrow's Blue Origin crew has trained in. In the new space tourism market, Blue Origin's new Shepard rocket launches vertically, generating 110,000 pounds of thrust. More than 60 miles above the planet, the passengers experience several minutes of weightlessness and microgravity. On their return to Earth, the fully automated capsule deploys braking parachutes. Then, moments before touchdown, small thrusters fire to slow its descent. And to other thrill seekers, Blue Origin's next 2 flights are filling up, but the company won't say what it costs. Samantha, would you get on one of those flights?
I think I would. I think that would be cool. Would you not?
I wouldn't.
Are you scared of heights?
Maybe in a few years. I'm afraid of this new, like space tourism. makes me a little nervous. Maybe in a few years.
Yeah.
But I like that you're willing to just go up there.
Well, I've always really liked those like space movies like Apollo 13.
Oh, sure.
I always really, even though that wasn't necessarily a good story, I always used to like those.
Maybe we'll try and get you up there with a camera.
Definitely,
See what we can get.
definitely.
So what's going on in sports?
Well, also making history tomorrow, Duluth FC is in the playoffs for the first time since 2018. We preview that game next in sports.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
Are your cupboards a cookware disaster? We'll try Gotham Steel's Stackmaster, the all-new non-stick space-saving cookware that neatly stacks inside itself. Finally, you can have an organized kitchen with every pan and lid right at your fingertips. The solid metal stacking plates allow the entire set to fit together without scratching. Stackmaster pans are non-stick and durable, plus they're even oven-safe up to 500 degrees. So bake warm, cheesy bread or make your favorite oven pot roast. Even flames won't damage these pans. Get the full 10-piece Stackmaster cookware set for just 4 payments of $39.99, and we'll even ship it to you free. Plus, order now and get the free steamer basket that stacks perfectly with the rest of the set, and the free stainless steel fry basket that folds up to fit right inside the pot. But wait, we'll also send you this 5-piece utensil set absolutely free. You'll get everything you see here. Call or click now.
Call 1-800-461-2657 or go to GothamStackmaster.com.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions. This is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. There's no risk or obligation. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
Prime Appliances' sizzling hot summer sale continues on all in-stock appliances through July 31st. Get cooking with Amana gas ranges starting at just $518, or get a self-cleaning range for just $749. Then clean up with these Bosch and Bechtel built-in dishwashers in black or white, just $499. Financing always available. Have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliance, the best place to buy your appliances. Let us prove it to you.
At UCare, we've been all around Minnesota, and some of the people we meet are anxiously looking into Medicare options for the first time. Well, UCare Medicare Advantage plans are a great place to start. Most plans include Part D prescription drug coverage and come with lots of extras. It's part of what makes UCare the #1 Medicare Advantage plan in Minnesota for individuals. And lastly, don't worry. We're always here to decomplicate if you ever need us. UCare, people-powered health plans.
The Milwaukee Bucks will have a chance at history tomorrow night. After their Game 5 heroics, they have the opportunity to claim the NBA title on their home floor in Game 6 of the finals. It's their first chance at a title-clinching game since 1974 when they lost in Game 7 to the Celtics, and they haven't been to the finals since. But with a 3-2 series lead, it's in front of Giannis and company to claim in front of the home fans at Pfizer Forum. On the brink of a championship, Giannis says he's trying to stay in the present and locked in.
You got to enjoy the moment, okay? We have to enjoy the moment. Like winning a game on the road, we have to enjoy the moment. But the job is not done. We have to all realize that, you know, and we got to stay in the present. It doesn't mean we're going to go back home and win Game 6. We got to stay humble. You know, we got to be in the present. We got to stay humble as much as possible. You know, I feel like when this team is humble, this team is very, very dangerous. You know, and I think we play at our best when we are humble.
Tip-off is slated for 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And the Bucks announced today that they're doubling the size of their designated outdoor space in the Deer District to accommodate 65,000 fans outside the arena. We'll be live tomorrow in Milwaukee for the big game. Playoff soccer is coming to Duluth as the Blue Greens take on Carpathia FC of Detroit after clinching the final MPSL playoff spot Friday. The team ended their season 9-3-0, finishing second in the North Conference behind Minneapolis FC. The Blue Greens' playoff berth is the first under coach Sean Morgan. Morgan reached twice as a player for Duluth in 2017 and 2018. The team also announced today that forward Sidney Warden won the Golden Boot Award for his season-best 16 goals. The next closest was 13. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock tomorrow at Public Schools Stadium. Tomorrow is the 2021 Northwood League All-Star Game in Mankato. 4 Husky players have been chosen to the roster. Infielder Amber Wojcik from Grand Canyon University and third baseman Mike Bovey from the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Wojcik is hitting .326 with 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 11 stolen bases. Bovey is also having an impressive season across 36 games. He's hitting .314 with 17 runs scored, 4 stolen bases, and 21 RBIs. Also added are right-handed pitchers Ely Sundquist and Will McIntyre. Sundquist is a redshirt freshman out of South Dakota State University, and McIntyre is also a redshirt freshman from the University of Arkansas. The Twins were in Chicago to take on the White Sox in a 7-inning doubleheader. All-star shortstop Tim Anderson cracked a homer off Griffin Jacks in the top of the third. 1-0 Sox. The homer was the only hit that Jacks gave up in 4 innings of work. Top of 6, Nelson Cruz cranks one off Lance Lynn to tie the game at 1 apiece. The Boomstick is now 46 on the all-time home run list with 456 big flies. Then we go to extras. Polanco pulls one into right field, scoring a much-needed insurance run. Close out the 3-2 Twins game in 1. Jumping to game 2 of the day, Mitch Garver is finally back in the lineup. Garver in the top of the second homers, putting the Twins ahead 2-1. It was Garver's first at-bat after missing 6 weeks due to a groin strain. Top of the 5th, Garver again gets a hanging pitch and does not miss it for his second homer of the night. Twins lead 3-1 in the top of the 5th. Jose Barros was solid through 6 before giving up a walk-off 3-run homer to Gavin Sheets. Twins split the doubleheader. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Don't miss Douglas County's Head of the Lakes Fair, happening 6 days straight, beginning Tuesday, July 20th through Sunday, July 25th. Enjoy unlimited rides all day, every day with our $25 armbands and the Northland's largest midway, only at the Head of the Lakes Fair. Take part in our traditional and fun daytime events like Demo Derby, a hypnotist, auto racing, along with a BMX stunt show and live music at night. For more information about Head of the Lakes Fair, visit us online at headofthelakesfairgrounds.com.
You hate coming home to a dark house, and leaving lights on all night drives utility bills out of sight. You need the Bell & Howell Bionic Spotlight, the outdoor motion sensor light that turns on the instant motion is detected and turns off when the motion stops. Bionic Spotlight is solar powered, so there's no expensive wiring or batteries to change. The instant the motion sensor detects movement, Bionic Spotlight triggers 8 high-intensity LED lights that shower the entire area with light and then shuts off 30 seconds after it stops. So you can spend hundreds of dollars on an outdoor lighting system, or you can get the motion-activated Bionic Spotlight for just $19.95 with free shipping. Bionic Spotlight is backed by our 5-year warranty. But wait, if you order right now, you can double the offer and get a second Bionic Spotlight. Just pay a separate fee. And when you call, ask about the contractor's discount on the complete 6-light home value set. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-354-3295 or go to BionicSpotlight.com. That's 1-800-354-3295 or order online at BionicSpotlight.com.
I've heard that it's a new technology that manipulates your DNA.
That's kind of one of the most common concerns people tend to have with the messenger RNA vaccines. In the case of messenger RNA vaccines, if we have a cell kind of right here, and then this is what's called our nucleus, kind of in the middle, and this is where our DNA lives. In order for it to change your DNA, it would have to get into the nucleus of the cell, which is sort of like a vault. It can't modify our DNA. We don't let things in there.
Go on, get off the ladder and place it back where you found it. The days of dangerous climbs are over. Gutter Helmet provides year-round protection, preventing buildup of debris, keeping your gutters clear and free-flowing. With its heavy-duty support brackets and exclusive helmet heat ice reduction system, Gutter Helmet's been designed to withstand the harshest weather conditions. Get Gutter Helmet, America's #1 choice for gutter protection. And never clean your gutters again.
Breaking news, original reporting, and the good things in life. Join Jeff Glor, Dana Jacobson, and Michelle Miller on CBS This Morning, Saturday.
Well, the air quality alert has come back. It's for northern Minnesota, in effect through early Wednesday morning. We shook it off for a couple of days, but now things are returning, so please breathe cautiously.
We'll see you tomorrow.